to the School of Code. It's time to resume our learning on Zoom. Get out the breakout rooms and get together.
Welcome to our presentation. We are the Falcon 5. My name is Brian. I have worked in a few industries, mainly football, and now I'm kicking off my tech career and adding new skills to my utility belt.
Hi, I'm Laura. I used to work in forensics for the police, but once you fingerprinted one machete, you've done them all. I've decided to join the School of Code to get into tech and to begin my journey into game development.
Hi, I'm Luke. I used to create things with software and instruments. Now I'm learning to create with code. I used to fix computers, but now I'm learning to talk to them.
I'm Shanice. I finished my master's in psychology after I worked in sales at a software company in London. This sparked my interest and helped me realize that coding was programmed into me naturally. So I enjoyed both problem solving and the creative aspect of it.
Hello, my name is Zaid, and I'm a creative professional. During my bachelor studied in visual communication design, I took an intro course in HTML, CSS, and just fell in Germany. And just fell in love with code and how I can use it along with my design skills.
The problem given to us 4 weeks ago was how can we keep track of boot campers after the course? We broke this down into a series of epics to monitor our progress as we worked on the problem. We wanted to focus on two main sections: career, the first job an alumnus has and their career trajectory as they advance on this new path, and contact, how School of Code staff can manage their contact with alumni, including creating events to grow the community.
You may be wondering why this is a problem. Well, think about it like this. You have just spent 16 weeks with a group of strangers from day one till now, who you've become friends with and could become work colleagues with in the future. Wouldn't it be amazing to have a platform just for boot campers who survived the grueling experience of code, Gartic and squats to share their post-bootcamp journey, but to also keep in touch and network among the School of Code community? SoCietly answers the questions of keeping up with the alumni after the course, and here's how we made it.
There are two types of customer for SoCietly. We use HubSpot to capture their user personas and create their journey as they use the application. Meet Dr. Christina. She's faced with the daunting task of keeping track of previous boot campers for her inspiring and well-led course. SoCietly offers her the chance to keep track of this brilliant community and ensure everyone is happy on their new venture. Meet Elon Jobs. Elon jumped at the chance to be on the School of Code Cohort 4 and is now ready to progress in his new tech career. Let's log into SoCietly as Elon and see his journey as a School of Code alumni.
Okay, so as a previous bootcamper, Elon Jobs has been made aware of SoCietly, the new app for School of Code alumni to keep track of their career progression and community events. When we were building the app, we wanted to implement Firebase and use a high order component to render each one of our pages. So as you can see, when he landed on the home page, Elon was redirected to /login, and this stays consistent through all the pages on the site. Signing with Google is a redirect with Firebase where we can securely log into the site. And as you can see, it's actually pulled through his image, email, and name and automatically completed in the form. So Elon fills out the details, including the skills they've learned at the School of Code, the main one being JavaScript. As he adds his skill, the tag will appear. We'll go for CSS. Wait, actually, who can say they're skilled at CSS? Delete that, Elon. Let's go for HTML instead. And we'll finish it off with Jest. We want to make sure we're testing the app. So Elon filled out his 10-second intro that he created at the beginning of his cohort. We felt this was important so that boot campers could connect with other cohorts without having to read through paragraphs of information or getting lost as messages can sometimes do in Slack. So he adds his LinkedIn and continues through the form by pressing next. The starting point for all alumni is the School of Code. And as you'll see on the next screen, this will automatically complete the first two fields of our form. Depending on your bootcamp, you can add the relevant start date and also add the end date, which is today for cohort 4. Elon gives a quick summary of his personal School of Code experience. We're all friends here. We know the formalities of the course, but we wanted to add a personal touch for each user. So Elon actually sees his journey building as he adds this experience. So it looks like Elon has actually excelled at the School of Code and already has an offer from Google as a senior developer. So he adds his employer, his new job title, and he can add his start date. He doesn't actually have to add his end date just yet. He gives a quick summary of their excitement for their new career and adds the role to his journey. Again, he sees it appear. Once complete, he clicks continue to finish his sign-up process and is redirected back to the SoCietly homepage.
When Elon is greeted with the SoCietly homepage, a shortened version of his profile appears on the sidebar, so he clicks his photo to pull through his full profile page. Elon notices that he can edit his profile. He realises that in his excitement, he accidentally chose the wrong cohort and selects 4 instead. He also adds his Twitter link and saves his changes. His site renders a new hyperlinked icon and his image accent has changed colour from green to blue to show his cohort and make it easier for others to keep track of his information. Elon is now ready to be part of the alumni community. He wants to give back to the School of Code and clicks Create Event.
So Elon is now going to create an event. He types in the event details and uploads the event-related image. From the research we did in the beginning, we found the users would like to have a way to keep in touch and hear about the School of Code and the related events. So we built our app around creating events as a core part. We also didn't want another social media app to keep people worrying about and checking. So we made it so that when an event is created, the users receive an email containing the event title, description, and who created it, along with a link to it. If the event is deleted, the users will also get an email informing them of that. So now Elon can now choose a physical location, but obviously we're going to be responsible and respect the lockdown, so we're going to add a Zoom link. Once he does add a Zoom link, what we could do is simply choose the event type and if they want volunteers or not, and then we can submit. So once the event is submitted, Elon can now go to My Events. And here Elon can like, attend. Oh, I just got an email informing me of that the event was just created. Right, so he can like, attend, edit, delete, and comment on their own events. And when they do attend and then go to the homepage, the event pops up on the left side informing them that they're going to attend it. And obviously Elon can now access any comments in any other post and just like it.
Now he's created an event, Elon wants to see how his peers are doing, so he closes down the sidebar to focus on the homepage. An easy way to see how all the alumni are getting on and what their updates are in real time is by using the job update section on the right. As he scrolls through, Elon recognises someone from his bootcamp. He clicks on Brian's update to navigate to his profile and engage with his friend. Elon remembers his other friends from bootcamp and wants to see how they're doing, so he selects the alumni page from the burger menu.
The alumni section is an organised page enabling coaches and boot campers to see a quick snapshot of all alumni and allows Elon to easily filter through cohorts. Emails are all mail to links, and this page provides navigation to each member's profile as well as socials. Whilst Elon has access to all boot camper information, he can get in touch with those who made School of Code possible and find useful links by navigating to either the contact or resources page. Now we've seen the demo of the application, I'll pass you back to Luke to show how this was made.
Okay, so research was the best way for us to know what people actually wanted from this application. We reached out to our intended customer base to get their opinions and what they wanted to see from a community-based app. We created 2 Google Forms at the start and sent them out to previous boot campers and current coaches, as well as researching existing solutions. Overall, the results were very insightful for the continuous development and planning of our application. Our main clients are the people who make School of Code possible. We found that School of Code staff actually wanted to increase contact with alumni and keep the community going after the course. This didn't always have to be in a professional capacity. Keeping in touch with the School of Code could be as simple meet up for drinks or football. To provide the best service for the users, we asked them to summarize their experience as an ex-boot camper. We found that most people actually weren't as in contact with the School of Code as they wanted to be, and were looking for other ways to keep in touch or meet up with other boot campers and coaches. From the findings, everyone wanted a School of Code specific platform tailored to their experience to manage this contact.
Right, so our design ideation stage included the team working together to throw a lot of ideas around without thinking about the limitations behind each idea. With each idea, we asked ourselves if this actually is solving the problem and provided a working solution. We grouped our ideas into features and concepts so we can critique them in the next stage.
Our critique stage included the team working together to narrow down these ideas. We needed to critique each one, breaking it down into how it would work and what it would achieve. For each proposition, we began to color code the list to what we wanted to continue with. We brainstormed, evaluated, and then prioritized ideas to build up our solution plan. We also began to design the wireframe for our website and put forward our basic designs for the homepage. We all had a variety of ideas of what this could look like, but agreed on a few to move into the last stage to finalize our MVP.
Our realist stage involved drilling down into our ideas and deciding on what we really wanted in our application to bring the community together and add value to the post-bootcamper experience. We separated our final features into an MVP with stretch goals. We finally had our MVP ready to be created and had all decided as a team which features should be implemented based upon user feedback on existing solutions.
As part of our realist stage, we translated our ideas into a low-fidelity wireframe on Balsamic, where our previous designs were collated into a singular structure. We then went on from low fidelity to high fidelity using Figma, deciding on the finished look of the application. We had a website to work towards and a style to follow. At each iteration, we asked for feedback to ensure our created application enabled our customers to be part of the community and streamline their user experience.
A large part of designing our website was making sure it was accessible and aesthetically pleasing. The steps we took to ensure this was giving every image alternative text for screen readers, sizing fonts and divs with REM and percentages rather than pixels. We also used Flexbox to enhance the application's responsiveness. And finally, we defined harmonic primary and secondary colors to ensure the website is readable by all users. The main framework we used was React. Along with that, we used a number of packages, applications, and frameworks, such as React Router DOM to navigate around the site, Firebase for authentication to ensure that the correct people are logging into SoCietly, and Netlify to host the app so it can be accessed anywhere. For our backend, we use PostgreSQL because we wanted a relational database since everything is connected to the user. We also used Express, Node.js, and chose to host our backend on Heroku, as it offers a ready-to-use environment with few needed configuration, which is ideal for rapid prototyping. Along with those, we used other tools such as NodeMailer and Cron for email scheduling.
As we all know, testing is a very important part of development. Despite learning to test with Jess with the School of Code, we decided to challenge ourselves and integrate Cypress into SoCietly. Some of the main benefits we found with Cypress is the ability to test end-to-end. What is really cool about Cypress is that we get to live like Marty McFly from the time travel feature and the ability to debug also. Not to mention, it is actually faster than Jest, and as developers, we all love to save time. If I was to tell you everything we learned on this project, we could be here to the next demo day, so I will keep it brief. Putting aside the numerous frameworks, technologies, and softwares we learned to use, some of the biggest lessons we learned are as follows. Plan, 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 and when you think you've done enough, plan some more. Not only do you need to plan up front, but we kept revisiting and making sure we were on track and adjusted to new information and changes. Teamwork makes the dream work. I think I speak for everyone in saying that we could have not completed this project without each other. We learned to work in a team and compromise despite the strongest opinions amongst the group. As a wise man once said, agree, commit, disagree, commit.
It would be great if we could say our app doesn't need to be improved, if only it was that easy. Throughout the project, we implemented iterative processes, setting short sprints that allowed us to continually develop the app while receiving feedback from users and clients alike.
So I'm sure you're wondering what's next for SoCietly. We want to implement the stretch goals we had planned for the application, as well as refining our current features to make for a better user experience. Our users are very important and their feedback is priceless in the way we continue to develop our app. Without them, there is no SoCietly. Some of our core stretch goals included notifications for events and job updates, chat feature, as well as adding the ability to edit profile images and admin-approved sign-up to limit users.
On behalf of the Falcon 5, thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope you found our idea innovative and useful and a showcase of our tech talent. Please contact us through the School of Code if you would like to learn more about SoCietly or our project experience.